Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And how's it going? Some people's kids are not very happy people. I tell you what. I tell you what. Welcome to the show. Let's see. I need to find the correct slide for the. There it is. There it is. There it is. Alrighty. And welcome. Got Tara, Sergio. Good to see you as always. Rex, Rosalind. How's it going up there in New York City? Ivan, Rongmer. Good afternoon. Major John. Rich, Kimberly, my favorite subscriber, the boss. The boss. I gotta make a stinger so I can just push it. Anyway. Ted, Muku, Brian. Welcome everybody. Nikki, Don, Gary, Alan. And looks like the crowd's light. Hopefully some more people show up. Sarah Lynn, I guess that's Anthony. Yo. And welcome everybody. Yeah, Tesla and Google reporting earnings, the Goog. And we got PCE on Friday. So we'll see what's happening. What's crapping. Carlene, this is the only show I do each week where I take your requests. And yeah, the true fans are already here. And welcome everybody. You know what? Yeah, speaking of true fans, somebody's a true hater apparently, calling me a scammer on my YouTube this morning. I left a comment. A couple of you already jumping in like, what the heck? I do appreciate everybody. You know, I mean, come on. If I'm a scammer, what the heck? What the heck? I don't know. Some people's kids. Anyway, welcome to the show. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining. It is not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. I mean, yeah, I can call it out. Let's see. Let me pull up the. I'll pull it up. This is how in your face I am. Let's just pull it up. I guess they went and thumbs down all the trades in Telegram too, is what I saw. Let me get to YouTube. Let me find the video. I'm not afraid to call out trolls. Feed the troll? Heck, I'll just call out the troll. Oh, let's see. I'm not signed into my channel. What the heck? Let's see. JeffryTrader.com/YouTube should get me there. I'm not signed in apparently, so I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll go over here and we'll pause it and somebody's ads and check this out right here. Yeah, look at this right here. Your program turned out to be a scam. Look at that. I replied. Oh, I skipped through where did the comments go? Cool. I love it. Go back up there. There we go. Comment right there. My comment was, what program? How a scam? What do you call a scam? Yeah, I don't know. How so a scam is what I typed, and it's how do a scam. How so a scam. Anyway, I don't know. Some people's kids, right? So, welcome to the show. That was this morning's video. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I guess he can't handle the truth, right? You can't handle the truth. And some people, hey. But I'll call you out. I mean, hey. Haters gonna hate. And let's grate some potatoes and make hash browns, right? I don't know how hey. I mean, we know your name. Hey, if you're gonna call me out, at least come participate. Come be a subscriber and chat with everybody. Tell us why you think it's a scam. Anyway, I have no idea. I mean, the systems are the systems, and they kind of run by themselves. Has it produced a few losers? Yeah, we're down to 25% this week. And when we were running at 100%, I said that's crazy, and it's gonna not be 100%. So since June 6th, 72% right there. So, I mean, Hey, you know, that's the way trading is. Some weeks are sucky. If you haven't had a sucky week, well, welcome to it. Um, there's no guarantee. I mean, the win rate's going to be about 74% overall because I just did 57,000 trades and it's about 74% overall. But that's over a long time horizon. And looking at this, looky. Got to turn on the extended hours. Ooh, Wrongimer, we might be getting lucky. So 13% down from the close. Did the curse hold true? 13%, about right there. Didn't quite get it. Right there, 13%. So where it would get us down to 216. Yeah, my head's blocking the price right there. There you go. 216. 216. Right there. Yeah, I mean, I must be getting bigger if I'm pulling the trolls in. So let's see, where did I put the? I have that cool spreadsheet and with all my excitement about the everything. Here we go. So pulling this over, average move down 13.16%. So I can pull it down just probably 215. And 71% of the time we drop. Looks like we're dropping this time. Average drop lasts 6 days. Average drop lasts 6 days after earnings. So we got the countdowns on. 6 days. Could take us a few days. That might get there faster though. I mean, the average is 13%, so we'll see where we get to. This could go deeper, could go further, could not be, could possibly not go 13%. That's possible. So there you go. There you go. If I'm a scammer, keep it up. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that, just be careful, Mark. Don't substantial risk of loss in all trading. And whew, let's hope that I kind of hope Tesla drops on down. I've got 200 TSLS. Put my finger right on the right chart here. Got 200 of these babies. I want to see that pop up to about 20. Yeah, about 20, I think is my target right there. Just make a couple bucks again. Close it out. Go back into TSLO and be happy. I think we're gonna bounce, pull back and bounce. That's my vision here. Pull back. We could just hold now the thing to watch out for is just holding that trend line. We could just hold that trend line there. That would be actually super bullish to just hold like that 230 area. Right there. All right. That's what we got there. Google. This has been a volatile mofo right here. Look at that. Can't even see it on that. Like, look at this. Look at that. Whew. Volatility. And I posted the expected move for somebody right before the close. Somebody was asking. Let's see. I think it was in questions and answers. Let's pop this up right here. So Tesla, this is Tesla, was expecting about a $23.50 move right there. Everybody see that right there? So what you do, you sell the at the money call and put in one order, and that mid price is basically the expected move right there. It's just a handy dandy little trick. And then for Google, the expected move was about 12, looks like. So the at the money call and put got us about 12. So far, neither one of those moving that big. Tesla, Alphabet basically flat, looks like, so far. There was the close. And it barely dropped 4%. It's like 7 points. Certainly shy of 12. 12 would be down here. And then Tesla, Salah. That move was 23, 24, 20, 23.50-ish. That's certainly not. Let's see. Oh, how do I get on the 1 minute chart? Come on now. Turn the zoomer back up. That'd be 34 to go 13%. So 23 would be right there. 26. 226. So, yeah, Elon hadn't been talking yet. That's true. He goes live in 19 minutes, 18 minutes. 18 minutes while I'm still on here. So make sure you're subscribed if you're on the video right now so that you can make a request. Since this is the only show that I do requests, I'm going to get to that in just a minute. We're kind of going through Tesla and Google earnings a little bit. The actual numbers don't matter. I mean, they missed on the top, beat on the bottom. Google beat on both, but still got murderized a little bit, but then ended up flat. So right there you go. A big spike down and then a retrace, and it's pushing down. I don't know. We may see it push on down. We may. Say we're pricing at a 12-ish, $11.50, $12 move, which would put it down here. Somewhere in that vicinity. So far, not doing it. Not doing it. So we put it like almost back to the roadmap line. If we got to the roadmap line, that would be about a $22, 12% move. So there you go. I did kind of expect it to drop because the roadmap line is down here and we were extended to the top. I was expecting it to drop for a while. And Tesla, I expected that to retrace too. Back to here. And then we could get the move up. Potentially up here. Top out in the 5th. Then get another retrace back to here. And then we could go up for the bigger move. Potentially up here. The big target. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Always. And I played Tesla. I did not play Google short. I played Tesla with TSLL or TSLS right here. Bought those at $16.25. Got 200 of them. I'd like to see 20. I think that'd be pretty fair. I mean, 21 and 22 would be really. Be a little, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go to 22. We'll see. Dun, 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 dun. The roadmap shows something else on my end. What do you mean? On Google? On the daily chart? Or are you looking at a different time frame? Because it's different on every time frame. It's very dependent on the time frame. In fact, it absolutely dependent on the time frame. There's the 30-minute. But if you're on the daily chart, we haven't been down there since March. Definitely extended. There is no other roadmap line. I mean, it's like, you got to be on the correct time frame, on the correct ticker. Yeah, this morning I was talking about probably going to see a retrace. I don't know, not moving so far. Just finding support at that support. Could be all she needs. On the 4-hour, could dip in there and take off. I don't try to predict the earnings with the roadmap line. Like that's just a ridiculous. I've been around long enough to know that you don't just. There's not really any technical indicator that tells you how earnings are going to come out. If there was, we'd all be rich. But a lot of that just kind of comes down to getting lucky. Now, Tesla has 71% of the time we drop. Like that. Why was I willing to play that? Because of this right here. 71% of the time we drop. The average drop is 13%. And the average drop lasts 6 days. So that's why. I mean, there's always a chance it reverses or something. I mean, Elon's doing his press conference here in 15 minutes. And unfortunately, usually when he talks, the more he talks, the more it drops. And that's just kind of the way it usually works. So be careful. And then Google can do whatever it wants. Like Google can bottom here and be launching off tomorrow. Now we do have more earnings coming out tomorrow. These are the first two, the Magnificent Seven. We don't really have any other ones this week of note. Yeah, that was the only two Magnificent Seven this week. And then we've got a variety of stuff happening the rest of the week. We have Vertiv, AT&T, Amphenol, Lamb Western, Nextera, Thermo Fisher. I saw that one coming up. A couple things today. Tenet, GE, Vernova, GE Dynamics. I think GE Aerospace happened today. We've got American Airlines, Chipotle, Ford, Viking, IBM, Sands, Las Vegas, WM. I was just reading an article a minute ago about the Mirage is going to be torn. Well, I guess refurbed into a Hard Rock Cafe, Hard Rock Hotel, whatever. Take out all the stuff and renew it. Add 600 more rooms and another pool. They sold it off to Hard Rock. So we got American Airlines, a couple airlines coming in on Thursday before the open. And Friday, we have PCE, which will probably trump any of these earnings here. Looking at that really quickly. Click the wrong one. So Powell, Jerome Powell, that is, likes PCE way better than he likes. What's going on here? What's going on? Oh, I know what I did earlier. I had a meeting. And so we've got Friday. We've got PCE coming in right here. That's something to watch out for. It's 8:30 in the morning. That'll be a market mover, more than likely. Now, what are they going to say? Looks like it's going to come in pretty flat based on, could come in a little hotter, then it could come up 0.2 again. We haven't really had a read below 0.1 since 2020. I'm willing to bet it's probably going to come in at 0.2. If I was going to bet, but the estimate, the forecast is 0.2. This, unfortunately, it only gives me the core. It doesn't even give me the rest of it. So the forecast 0.2. I bet it comes in at 0.2. I bet it does. Then we got some consumer sentiment stuff. Thursday, we do get some GDP. That could be a market mover also right there. Those right there, unemployment, core durable goods. Watch out for that stuff. Is the consumer still weak or are we getting stronger? According to Polaris this morning, the Polaris reported earnings right down there. Was that PS? That one got murderized today. Not PS. What is that? P. Dang, I can't read that. Let's see. PII. That does not look like PII. Okay. PII. I got whacked. But found support. And that's right in the spot to find support. So the thing to watch on PII, Polaris here, is a break above that zone right there, the roadmap line. If we can get above that, odds are this correction is done, and we can go cruising on higher. We are at the measured bounce level. As I talked about this morning, first move down, a retrace, second move down, very, very proportional to the first move down. That can lead to a move like this. Up here, 220, possibly 250. Right there, that would be pretty beautiful. How long would that take? Possibly a year or two, maybe, you know, look how fast this one went over here. That one off the lows up to the highs. We're going to have to go higher, but that could definitely take us out to 25, possibly into 26 right there. So don't run out of time if you're trying to play with options. And it hasn't really confirmed it's going up higher yet. Well, you know, like I said, we've got to get above the roadmap line there on the daily. So there you go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Well, you can say they missed on earnings, but they, you know, it was kind of a, it was a half and half. It was a 50-50. They missed on earnings, beat on revenue. Missed on the top, beat on the bottom. Not really as absolute horrible as, but 13% down on the average. That's what we usually get. Right there is Tesla, 13% down on the average, 71% of the time. 6 days to do it. That's it. Hey, Sledge, good to see you. As always. As always. So, anyway, is it smart to buy the dip on anything? I don't know. The dip can keep dipping. That's the thing. You try to catch the knife. You know, Goose is notorious about trying to catch the knife and then loses a limb and then has to go get emergency surgery. And I mean, Sledge will tell you all about that. Like, Sledge give him a hard time about buying those knives. You know, trying to catch that knife, losing an arm, losing an account for 6 months. Anyway, I mean, you gotta be careful. I mean, seriously, you gotta be careful. Yeah, there's no the roadmap. The support is down here. Like the support for Tesla's down here. The support for Google's down here. I would be careful. I'd be careful. And let's, you know, so the question is S&P bullish or bearish this week? We're below support. I mean, we're below resistance, I should say. We're below resistance, and support is way down here. Way down here. The line in the sand for me is this 5450 area right here, where we kind of bottomed out back earlier in June. A little choppy sideways crap right there. So if we get below that, odds are we're going on down. And that could last through October. Easily last through October. Maybe take us down to 5,000 even. It's just a repeat of what we did last summer. I know what you did last summer. Isn't that a movie? Something like that. See that right there? Repeat tab. Repeat right there. Take us right back down this 5,000 area. 5,100. And take us out to October. That would kind of suck, right? Yeah, Goose and a knife around the holidays. Yeah, Goose is not great at catching falling knives. I guess he's out flying because he's not on here giving me a hard time. So, anyway, he'll be back when he's back. He's out there flying airplanes for a living, grinding it out. All right, we'll take requests in just a minute, so chill out. We'll hit a few market highlights, and then we'll take requests. Don't go before I say go, because then I'll lose your request. I don't want to miss it. All right. So right now, S&P looking like, and if you're unfamiliar, this is the futures for S&P 500. Right here, stand below upside resistance, and I kind of speculated that we may do an echo type move, where the first move down and the second move down, right there, projected over here, maybe the same size, and if we don't go all the way up, we may push it down a little further. 5450. That's funny how it's same target on both charts. Makes you wonder. In Q, looking a little more bullish. I mean, a little more bearish. Excuse me. Get the right words. That's a lot more red candles. Not the retrace that we saw on the S&P. Didn't even kind of attempt to get back up here at all. Not too good. This can flush much lower, much faster. And look at that. We finally filled that gap. You remember me saying we're going to fill that gap? Filled it. Killed it. Darn near killed it. And the S&P left its gap open still. We may still need to go visit there. Now this can dip overnight and be back up before the open and not affect the actual cash. Now, futures don't like to leave gaps, even though they did the contract rollover. It'll probably come fill this gap. Probably. If you're not familiar with NQ, that's just the Nasdaq QQQ. You divide by 41 roughly to get those numbers for QQQ. This is the futures for Nasdaq. Russell. Oh, look at that retrace right up to the resistance at the 618. That initial drop down. Over. Retraced. Stopped right at the 618. If we turn down. Yikes. Watch out. That can go all the way back down. 12% back down. That's kind of scary. I don't like that chart one bit. I really like that. Really makes me nervous right there. Oh man. So we're either going up to 2138 or we're going down in a blaze of glory. Not too good. Oil continuing down, pushing the limits here. If we get below this 76 area, odds are we're going on down at least to 70, if not down to the 65 area. If we can hold it, turn and burn, break it back up with the roadmap line, we're probably going cruising on up here to 90, possibly 105 up here. That's oil. How fast? That either way can take a while. This flush on down could go fast. It could be down there by August. We're gonna break out. It's probably gonna take through the end of August to get up to 90 if we're gonna break up, and maybe out to September, October, possibly the election time frame when we get to 105. Then we'll probably get a retrace. Brent is the same kind of boat here, pushing down pretty violently. That may go for return to the bottom. That's European crude and gasolina. Ooh, man. That's a deep retrace. That may be indicative of continuation lower. We're right at the limit there. 225, maybe 220 on the downside. Heating oil, diesel fuel, that one's holding up actually about like oil. Right at the 618 there. That could be a measured bounce. Watch out, Wrongimer. It's not going to be good for diesel prices if we get the bounce. Funny enough, that level I've been watching for a long time, 280. Maybe I need to go buy some, maybe I need to restock my diesel supply, my tractor. Natural gas, same pattern, potential measure bounce. This is looking like we could bounce pretty big on oil, diesel, natural gas. Gasoline is the only one that looks more bearish right now. Although they could all break down and go lower. Hard to say. GC holding up right there. Is it going to go up? I'd like to see that. I'd like to see it hold right there where it was. Didn't really indicate much of anything today. Holding below those highs. Is a series of higher highs. Ching, 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 like a stair step. So this, if this thing keeps riding this, it could be well out here in October, November before we get up into the target zone up there. This just keeps doing those stupid retraces and then popping and retracing, popping and retracing, popping. And silver probably coming back down right there. HG, copper breaking down below the roadmap line. This is a caution. I told you, watch out for this to happen. This is not bullish. We could be going right down here. A target from forever ago. We went a little extended on the upside, higher than I thought we might. Still set up a lower low than what we made back here in July of 22. Watch out, watch out, watch out. I don't care what the narrative is about alternative energy and needing updates on the grid and whatever. This is looking like we're going to flush copper down. And this could go really, really fast, actually. This could be like this kind of fast. See that move right over there? Let's move it happen like that. You do that. Look where that would put it. Right in there. Right in there. We could do that by September. All right. That's now hit some crypto really quickly before we do the so Bitcoin. I speculated a couple days ago that we may retrace back down to this breakout line. It was the downtrend of the highs coming through here. We broke above, retested, tried to go higher, stalled out at the prior high, came down pretty violently, went through, retested from the bottom, bottomed out right here around the 4th of July when Germany allegedly sold all their Bitcoin. And then forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, may get that retrace, find support in this zone right here before we can go higher. Kind of been alleging we would see a 5 up and a retrace. That's kind of, we're in the retrace zone before we can get the next leg higher. ETH/USD had their spot ETFs hitting the market today. A little bit of green still. Nothing huge here. We had a little bit of sell-off yesterday, a little bit of green today, and just not really doing much at all. And ETHA, ETHV, all of them kind of red. You know, CETH, all those just kind of red. Not really much to get excited about. Here's the what was EHTE, now converted over to ETH, and then we have a new ETHE right here, some red. So there you go. That's Ethereum for you. Spot ETF's not, everybody's gonna be like, I thought they were gonna be bullish. Well, welcome to the club. Nothing's ever as it seems, right? All right. Welcome to the show. Now, this is the time where we're gonna do requests. No, so the rules on this: 1 per person per request. Wait for somebody else to go before you do a second request or third request, or don't give me a whole load of tickers. If you got a question to go along with your ticker, please write in complete sentences. All the words. I need all the words. Don't assume I understand what you're saying. And if I missed something, don't say you missed it. Just tell me what it was I missed and let me know. And if you're going to request a crypto, please use the full crypto, like BTC, USD, something I can type in. I'll use all caps so I can type it in easily. And there you go. That's the request list. All right. So I see Ulta up there. I'll try to hit a few that I see. And that's kind of bearish. We're holding below all the resistance. Resistance up there, resistance up here, resistance here. And the ultimate target may be right down here at 320 for Ulta. Nothing really changed. And I see FTX on that one. And we're sitting up here near the breakout level. Breakout to all-time highs. Target right up there. If we can get there, 344. Entirely possible. That's not even that big a move. That's only, what? Not even, I guess just over 10%, 12%. Yeah, 13%. Not too far. I think it could do it. It's got the, it's tilted the odds we're going to do it. It's on the bigger time frame too. It's on the weekly. See, it's maybe even a monthly bounce. That's pretty high time frame right there. Yeah, monthly bounce. Look at that. Same roadmap pattern, monthly bounce. So it could be another. It could be well into next spring before we get there. Anyway, could go fast, could take a little while. VRT, back down to the daily. Ooh, came up shy of the roadmap line, just barely. Let's clear that off. That high, that low. We may go hit that support. Breaking above these highs right here would be bullish. Take it up to 113, 117. There you go. That's VRT. Lift is turning bearish. Oof. Oh, man. Oh, man. What a sloppy move up. Let's see. That low, that high. If you wonder how I use the magic fibs, I teach a fib class. The roadmap line is available in the description down below. $5. I mean, come on. Or you can just go watch my YouTube channel. Or I'm doing a free show tomorrow. Let me grab the link here real quick. If you're interested in free content and all that sort of stuff, let's see, where is it? Right here. If you want to come see me tomorrow at 7 p.m. and get the free roadmap indicator and all that sort of stuff, right here. Right there, if you want to come see me. Come see me, get the roadmap indicator. I'll be live 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow at that link right there. Anyway. Mara had a bad day. Yeah, well, happens. Not really too bad. I mean, that's not horrible. That's just a little retrace. Probably come back to the roadmap line one more time. It really, I mean, that was an indication we were going to go higher. It's fake out is what I call that. So now we've got resistance right there at those highs. 1, 2, 3 days. Right at the 618, turning down. That can be bearish, but it's also quite normal. We see that pullback, find some support, and then bust up through. It's probably not going higher while Bitcoin's doing a 2% pullback. And that's what we're seeing, not going higher yet. But may gap fill that back to 20 before we can go higher again. One of these days, it's just going to rip in and not come back, though. So you got to be careful. Gold, Barrick Mining. And the upside target, 19 right there. And it could blast on through to 20. There you go. TTD. Sitting at resistance. I don't know. It's been a while since it's been to the roadmap line back here in April. Very overlapping. Had the resistance at the all-time high here. I don't know. It doesn't prove to be very bullish at the moment. May need a retrace back to here. Look how choppy it's been. See how choppy? And then it's just been grinding really hard as it gets close to this. I guarantee you there's some bag holders. Some people bought right back here and they're like, I'm selling when it comes back up. I'm selling when it comes back up. I'm selling when I get my money back. So we'll probably see a reaction if it gets up into that all-time high zone right there. Could come back. Be careful. And we may be hitting sellers right now. That's why it's grinding. WNT, Walmart. The thing. Holy moly. We caught these back-to-back bounces right here. These two bounces, this one and this one. It just worked like roadmap bounce, and we kind of stalled here, and then it went ripping and hadn't looked back. That's going a little bit crazy here. We did just do a split, 3 for 1. Just getting a little bit out there. We could get a pretty violent pullback back into this, where this gap up level was right back here. You'd get a pretty violent retrace, so I would watch out for that. I mean, upside resistance, maybe 76 right there. Let's see. $8 billion per dollar goes higher. Market cap 500. Yeah. Well, this thing, it doesn't have a lot of resistance. I mean, it's not a law of big numbers doesn't really apply yet because we're not in the $1 trillion price area. It could double fairly easy again. And we could go to 140 fairly easily. Without a lot of resistance. Oh, there's all my numbers from up there before the split. Yeah, so 76, maybe some resistance, 90, 99 above that. It can get to 140, but it's just not highly likely, I guess. BA. before Echo. I got lots of stuff drawn on BA here. It did not break above the roadmap line, so take these off. Could not do that. It rejected, came right back down, the 618. I don't see an Echo at this point. That's one of the requirements of an Echo trade is for a bullish setup. Now, this could be an experimental 1 hour type deal. This could play out up here at 190, possibly 191, but that's still where it keeps hitting its head right here. Hit its head here, hit its head here. It's not really looking for much on the upside. Now, earnings could propel this thing higher. It's already done the measured bounce type setup. Came down, found support at the 618. It sets the odds. We're going higher. That higher could be way up here, like 600. And more realistic, maybe 400, but it's got lots of lines drawn in there for all the different time frames and all the little different moves. Zooming her up, zooming her up. So we've come up, we retraced, held that 618. Retraced, busting up through. Yep. It's winding it up like spring. This is probably signaling the end of the correction for Boeing and the end of the bad news. This chart pattern is probably going to break out about 6 months before the news changes to be more bullish on Boeing. T-Mobile. This is a play on SpaceX. Look at this thing. Monster run. You know they got a deal with SpaceX to have terrestrial cell phone, like have just regular T-Mobile cell phones connected to Starlink for phone calls and texting and all that stuff worldwide. I mean, that's just a game changer. After that giant move up from back here in October, would not surprise me to retrace. We didn't even come back here in April. So it would not surprise me one bit to retrace on T-Mobile. S-Bucks is still consolidating down here. Oh my gosh, what a pain in the butt. If this thing breaks down, it could bottom out down here. If it can rally, we've got resistance right up there. It's just a coin flip at this point. Not really making a bottom, not really doing much to indicate we're going to get, I mean, there's still a lower high. Like lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Indicates we, you know, this may be the high probability thing here. That might flush out. Not what I want to see on Starbucks. SERV. That's a joke, right? Are you joking? Oh, don't trade this. Don't. Just don't. My gosh. My gosh, that's a horrible chart. Horrible, nasty chart. AI. That one's dying. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. You see all this, right? That high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Anybody see the downtrend? You'd be like, well, where can we bottom and get out of here? We got to make a higher high. That's step one. Right now, that's not happening. Now, it could be a measured bounce, but we're going to have to see it break out of this before we do that. It's just not doing it yet. Not doing it yet. And move up. That was only like a 3-wave move. So that's why I'm caution, super caution. That's 1, 2, 3 up. There's no, that's not usually the way bullish moves start. And this looked like a dumpster fire coming in this low. Bounce up. This may be like so many crypto patterns you see. Look at this. Giant move up, bounce, 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 bounce. Could it break out? Sure, it could, but I mean, come on. Be careful playing that AVGO. And see where we got to. I was betting. Nobody wanted to take my bet that this would trade below 200 a couple weeks ago. Still has support down here. The correction might not be complete yet. Could last through sometime next month before we get down there. That's just an echo of this first move down. Echoing in the market. Right to there. And possibly getting an extension, which is classic on these type of moves. Right there. And P-Lab. So, funny thing. That right there is a little baby market roadmap bounce. Just a little baby. With a $28 target. That's it. Simple as that. Otherwise, it's just trading inside all this other junk back here. And MU. Micron. Oh, man, look at that. So close. Just touch it. Just touch it. Just touch it. Just touch it. So that's probably going to touch the roadmap line. If it doesn't, what the heck? What the heck? Probably going to touch. Once it does that, got the high, the low. If it holds, if it doesn't, we may go on down here. So this is the cautionary tale here. I warn you about what can go wrong so that you know. Because look, let's be honest. Being wrong in the market doesn't cost you big money. Like somebody will argue with me, but being wrong doesn't cost you big money. What really costs you the big money is staying wrong. So if you have a level, like right here, I'm like, hey, if it gets below that level, see that gap down, it might do that right there. All right? Staying wrong, like this is where you're wrong. If you bail here, you lost some money. If you hold on for this, you lost a lot more money. And if you double down here, you just doubled your loss right there. And if you double down again, and this continues down, you just made a really big loss. And I know plenty of people that have done that, including me. Don't stay wrong, all right? When you're proven wrong by the market, just get out, move on. There's a waterfall of opportunity every single day. Every single day. Now, for the long side, if we hold here, we bounce, we get back above this consolidation right there, around 138, 139. Odds are we're going up to 163, 169, possibly 186 up there. All right. And that's MU for you. Nike. So close to the target. So close. Come on. Just do it. Ha. Just do it. It's probably going to do it. Just do it, do it, do it, do it. Hit the target right there. Just do it. I bet it's going to hit it. 68 is my target down there. It's been there since last fall. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Now, it might find a bottom there, and it might go on down to 60. So, would I buy at 68? No. Do I want to see it hit 68? Yes. Would I wait till it starts going back up? Absolutely. Absolutely. You could look at smaller time frames if you're wondering how it's going to develop there. ARM. It's just churning. That possibly topped out right in here. Watch out. That's starting to make a head and shoulders. That can be a common reversal pattern. Result in a bigger down. Back to the roadmap line, if not all the way down here. Left that gap open. Tried to fill it, didn't do it. Can develop a bigger head and shoulders pattern. Where this would be the shoulder, head, shoulder, and then we get something bigger down. Be careful. IPOs are corrective type things. It did make a lower low than IPO, but I don't think it was done yet. This is still looking only 3-wave move-ish off the lows. Didn't get it to the 1618, which would indicate we were going more bullish. Watch out for the retrace would be my recommendation there. And render token, RUSD. Dun, 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 dun. Cautionary. Retraced. We have not gotten the echo of the move down. This comes in down here. And that's not like, check this out. This is altcoins minus the top 10. Right? That's what others is right here. Others, so the average altcoin is hanging out right here at the roadmap line. All right. Render, pull it back up, is below that. And it's not far below it, but it is below it. So this is not as bullish as the average altcoin. It's lagging. May indicate weakness. Just warning, be careful. And that kind of supports. If it's delisted, be careful. And DGX. Bounced off the target. Coming back down. Probably going to get to the roadmap line. If we get below that, could come down here. Could, but not necessarily likely at the moment. That fib line didn't actually mean anything at the current juncture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. That low, that high. That's roughly a 5-wave move up that didn't overlap. What am I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my mouse did something weird. Let's try that one more time. Try it one more time. First move up, right there. Retrace here. Up right there. Retrace right there. This right there. That low did not overlap that high. And then 5 up right there. That can be bullish. Might see support right in this vicinity right there. If we hold right there, that can be bullish for another move. Could take us on up here. In that zone for DGX. Quest Diagnostics. Healthcare stuff though, be careful. And MSTR. It's a big mover. It has tipped the odds. We're probably going to see a move up into this zone up here. 19, 21, 23. And somebody said they announced a split, but I don't see it on here right in the moment. May come down, may happen. I don't know. CMG. Oh. Splits are not bullish. Many times. That's going to retrace pretty bad. Highly likely we see that retrace back down into this zone right down there. In fact, I'm going to send an alert. 42. All right. IVZ. Oh, man. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Lower highs. Lower lows. Be careful. Be careful, be careful. Like, people get frustrated with me saying be careful. This is a nasty chart. Sitting right on that support. If this breaks down, the fact we're not getting any enthusiasm on any of these bounces If it breaks down, we're going down here. $3. Oh. Ooh. Nasty chart. URA. And uranium's probably gonna get a deep retrace. It's probably played out for the moment. That low, that high. Let's just clear it off. Somebody say, JT, I thought you're bullish for this to go to 35 or 40. I am, but it's probably going to retrace right here. Probably going to do that before an exponential move, which could be up here. And that could be well into 26 or 27. This is not a fast mover. Like, it does get sparky, but it's probably not the fastest mover right there. MCD. Oh boy. This has odds that we're going to flush on down here. And if we get below that 230, I don't want to talk about it right now. 230 would be where I expect this to drop on out to. Now, the indicator that I'm wrong, or the spot that I would watch out for, is that roadmap line up there. Come on, move over there. Somewhere in there. We get above that zone, tips the odds we're going higher. If we don't, still biased lower. And we may pop up here and glance off of it and then go lower for MCD. It's set up bearish right now. Bearish. Bullish, bearish, same B sound. QCOM looks like it's coming back down. Holding support, though, in that prior high zone. It's good. We can get some continuation higher. It's actually going faster than I thought. I thought we were going to take a little longer. We got there faster. Rejected off of that zone up there. It's kind of like my target zone I thought we'd hit. Turned back down. Came back. I mean, that went fast. Can it go faster than I'm thinking? Yeah. Can it go slower? Yeah. Either way, time is the hardest part of this whole thing. Predicting prices is easy. Predicting price levels are easy. Time is difficult. How long is it going to take to grind it out? I don't know. How long is it going to take to correct? I don't know. It's subjective. And that still looks highly likely we're going to finish this move up, where this move down is echoed off of that high right there, and we get a move down in here, and it could take a little longer out till August to do that. Could keep grinding, and if the market turns into a deeper grind out into October, this may go lower down in here. That's QCOM for you. AMD got below the roadmap line. This is the first warning sign. Next warning sign is a break below these lows right over here. This is your first warning right here that something's wrong. This level over here, watch out. If we get below that, probably coming on down. 110 at the minimum. 85 is kind of the other end of this orange box. Down here, and it's not quite in the right spot. Right down there. Oh, the market's open again. Ching, 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 ching. It means Elon's talking. Go look at that real quick. How we doing? Oh, we're getting there. Getting there. Down 16. Come on, push it, push it, push it, push it. It's not even far now. Yeah, wrong number. Only 5 points to go. We did it. Got one right. RBLX. May not take 6 days. Of course, it can keep going for 6 days. Roblox. Whoa, man. What a nasty chart. Another nasty chart. Just don't like it. Don't like it at all. It's just chopping sideways. A little bit higher lows, lower highs. That's a big watermelon seed squeeze is what I call that pattern. Right here. That guy. He's right here. It can just keep messing around in here. But when it breaks, it's either going to break down violently, which is not far to go to zero, or it's going to break up violently, which I don't really see that potential at the moment. See, it violently came down in here, bounce, 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 and probably going to flush. That's Roblox for you. IBM. After the close tomorrow, we set the stage to go higher, 204, but doesn't mean it won't retrace again back to 170. Sony. Ran out of steam, probably going to come back down. Back down here. Ran out of steam. I don't even... Why would they split this? That's stupid. Make it like a $20 stock. Just don't understand that. Don't understand that at all. Man, that set of lower highs is not compelling. Well, I don't understand that stock at all. Idiom as a leap to 26. Yeah, I have a $60 call because I think it's going to much higher levels. So there's a potential measure bounce set up, bigger time frame. Right there. You can see my potential. Right now, just small potatoes moves. Can it go fast? Yeah, look at these moves over here. You can go ripping. Be careful. Betting against it. I got a $60 call out for a while. Watch it for the breakout. The RWD CrowdStrike got whacked. Potentially finding a bottom. That's somewhat good. Get back above the roadmap line. This 618. Take us up to 417, 430 area right there. Not a horrible chart. And that's a reasonable pullback. A little deeper than I would have hoped, but that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a healthy retrace. Get that low, get that high. It could come a little lower. It's possible. Possible. That's why the orange is right there. Possible it dips down in here and then turn and burn. That's what I want to see. If we start getting below this support down here at 200. Whoa, that would be not good. Not good for the long team right there. So when I see this hold, then that can project us much higher. Probably way higher than even that. That's a conservative target. This would be more aggressive. If we dip down into that 618 area right there, it'd be really aggressive. Looking for something up here, and that could take a while though. That'd be a shares proposition. Buy some shares, sell them at 3x. Yeah, money on that one for CRWD. They're gonna get past this little hiccup here. It's just a temporary botch job. They'll get out of this funk. PLTR. Trying to break higher. Found that resistance really hard. Looks like really hard, man. Wow, that's a lot of resist. Like, it's having a hard time getting through that. If it does, you can see it pop up here. 41, 42, 43, 44, 49. Possibly even up here, 80. Has the setup. I wanted to see it retrace further. It didn't support that further, but it can break and go. 70, 60, 70. Reasonable. Not a garbage chart. Apple is the biggest company in the land, or at least it was. Let's see if it still is. Refresh. Yeah, still 3.45 trillion. Still 150 billion above. Still got 150 billion on Microsoft here. Now, the thing is, when Apple moves $1, due to the number of shares they have outstanding, think about it. This is like one of those things that most people don't think about. Law of big numbers, right? They have 15 billion shares outstanding. So when Apple moves $1, that's $15 billion flowing into or out of the market. All right, so they're essentially $10 ahead of Microsoft. $10 move for Apple, not for Microsoft, for Apple. So to go up and double, it's going to take $3.45 trillion to double Apple again. You can say I'm wrong all you want, but this is the way it is. All right, due to the size that Apple has grown to double their share price, $3.45 trillion. Do you think Apple is a $7 trillion company? Yes or no? If you say yes, cool. Buy it. Going to 450. If you don't think they're a $7 trillion company, might be good to not put a bunch of money into that one. Just saying. I don't see a lot of potential upside from here. In fact, I kind of see another retrace that could take us back down, back into the 200 area on Apple. RCO. That one just keeps grinding, baby. Broke out. It's a pretty sweet breakout, too. Took a while to. Probably going to go cruising up to get it cruising to 207. If we're going to keep it going, keep the party going, 207 is the next resistance up there. And ALB. That one's probably going on down. That target has been down here. That's why I drew the blue line. Right there at 88 area. And I skipped a bunch. I'm way behind, aren't I? Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. ALB. What is that one? MMM. Another M. So we're stuck in the resistance there. It may turn down. DIS. Coming on down. That one got ugly. That may be heading for a lower low. Ooh. Nasty. That's what you get on a potential 3-wave up right there. Oh, man. And that needs to hold right here. Otherwise, watch out for that right there. 72 on a lower low. And XLE. I'll start burning through some. XLE just kind of hanging right there. Not really looking like that's a 3-wave up. Probably going to get continuation lower. Continuation lower. Looks like 87 right there. And Amazon is probably going to retrace. Looking kind of toppy. This did not break higher with enthusiasm. Did not get anywhere close to this. Watch out for this move down here. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, those fibs are in the right spot. Watch out for that. Watch out for the big retrace. Somewhere back in there. Watch out. Right there. Then we could get the pop and go cruising. WBA is burning it down. Holy cow. How low can she go? 0. I would not touch that with anybody's money right there. Same with CVS. I'm not sure when a merger is going to happen between CVS and Walgreens, but it looks inevitable at this point. DOCS is just kind of chopping. Giant gap down. Just sitting. If it can bust the mustard above 30, could pop it up here at 45. Just not looking super strong though. It's kind of indicative of the whole market. Like seeing a lot of stuff showing a lot of weakness. DKNG sitting lower high. We need some higher highs if we're going higher. Break above this. 45 area, get 51. Otherwise, this may flush on down a little deeper. We're kind of in the season where pre-football season, we tend to grind down at kind of the way this, so we get this like grind down into the fall. So watch out for that to continue into the fall. Could come back down in here before we can find a bottom on DKNG. Pin gaming. That's finding resistance at the roadmap line. No, that's not what I want to see right there. That low, that high, watch out. If this breaks down below this zone right here, it may go lower. Back down here. Watch out for that. RWD already did. ULTA. Fingers are stiff. May break down there. I think I already showed that one. Net is stuck at the roadmap line. Not positive, not negative. It's going to have to get above this 97 to go higher. 129 possible. We do that. We don't. Support down here at the orange box where we consolidated back in the fall of last year. And PNW is still the same game plan. Looking for the move up through this resistance to the target at 410, 400, 410. And we broke above. Like, see, we broke out of this consolidation we were doing. This channel broke above, but we're not able to clear this resistance. It's like many layers of resistance. This gap down is one. This consolidation in the middle is where we're kind of stalling out. If we get above that gap down, that's when we go up. Otherwise, we may just grind it for a while. We do have earnings coming up out here in September. That's a long freaking time. Well, it's going to be September, I guess. Seems like they should have earnings now, right? That's weird. That seems way too long between earnings. I don't know. What do I know? All right. Frog. Possible to break above this and get a continuation up. 52. And AVAV. Sitting on the roadmap line. I kind of want to see it retrace just a little deeper. Support there, resistance there, target up there. And PFE, Pfizer, has been in the toilet. And not sure it's going higher, but it's 3 waves up and not very strong. Getting above the roadmap line, but there's resistance right there. That's resistance right there. 1, 2, 3. If it turns down there, it can easily make a lower low. Be down here at where the target line was. Where the target oval. So watch out for a turn like that. All right. Z for Zillow. I am long Zillow, looking for a pop. This is a bullish. This is a bullish move. Potential for 86. Watch for the breakout resistance at the prior high. I'm long. Small position. Couple calls. Looking for that kind of explosive breakout right there. And Tesla keeps dropping KMI. Elon was talking. KMI. Kinder Morgan just keeps rocking higher. Resistance, this prior high. Coming into it pretty quickly. Watch out for a negative reaction. If we can break through it, higher. RX. Sounds like a pharmaceutical, biotech. Nasty chart. Going nowhere. Nowhere to toll. Hog. Hope this doesn't react like Polaris, but I would be cautious. It's not been very constructive bullish behavior. It's been a long correction. 1, 2, 3. 1 with 3 up. I may see a lower low. Wow, Fugazi. That does not look too great. And that, I don't like it. There's no indication we're going to break out and go higher. And that's kind of indicative of the way the consumer is not very strong right now. ASML. ASML. Right back. Oh, look at that. Right back to it. Now, if we can hold here, move up, break through the, fill the gap back up, find some supports. 1139 on the upside. And Connell. I am long Connell on the potential breakout here. I got long early. Looking for that break above the 618 there and the move up. It's just a representation of coin. It's sitting here ready to break higher. 294, 305 on the upside for coin. PayPal is having a lot of trouble breaking above the roadmap line. That may be indicative we are going to flush down to the target at 44. Support here, we get below it, and those lows, watch out for the bigger flush on PayPal. QQQE is, man, if I didn't know what this was, I would say to be careful that we might flush right back down to the roadmap line. Which means I have some bias for going long, but that looks like that's what we're going to do. Right there on QQQE, CIN. Don't know what you were looking for. Coin. Yeah, I did coin a second ago. All right. V. I was like, CIN, that doesn't. Visa sitting here. That high, that low. If we can break back above this, going up to 300, but we may break down and go on a deeper. Like if the consumer keeps having trouble, watch out for a deeper move. Possibly back down in here. And it could get deeper. And sorry I don't have all rosy news on everything. It's just not the way it works. There's like 20, less than 20% of stuff. It looks awesome. BRT probably coming down to the roadmap line. I think I already covered that. DPZ, consumers weak. And I'm looking for a bigger, deeper move on DPZ that could continue down the rabbit hole. It's a big correction. Started up here in December of 21. Moved down, retrace, lower high. First warning sign, we may retrace a bit. Watch out for the bigger flush. Could take a while. NVS said time is the hardest part. I'm not usually wrong on price targets. I mean, I am wrong occasionally. I'm just not typically wrong. NVS upside resistance 113, support down here at 100. And was CMG up? I did CMG a second ago. THS, it did a split, a big split, probably one of the biggest ones I can remember. Treehouse Foods looks kind of bearish. Got the target. Could be working on a reversal. Could, but it needs to fill that gap and get a higher high. Got to get above that high. Got to fill that gap, and then it's got to retrace, and then it's got to break out. It's a lot of stuff for that to do. So you can set alerts like 41. It's probably going to retrace back to 38 again before it can get enough energy to break on out of there. BSX is probably going to retrace before forever. That is one heck of a move up. Holy wow. Meeting 2618, probably at 80, 81. Could go to 102. If we just go shooting up there exponential style, that would give me cause for concern to do that. Right back down. So watch out. I would rather see a retrace here, and then we could go healthily up. But The bigger and faster and farther it flies from that high, the further it's going to come down harder. And when does Apple start paying a worthwhile dividend? And probably never. It pays a blue chip type dividend of marginal percentage. KHC is pretty much dead. Dead tomatoes. That's indicative of consumer problems. Going nowhere fast. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. That's a bunch of lower highs and starting to get some lower lows. Watch out for a flush down below the COVID lows on KHC and DLR. That hit the target. Retrace will be normal. Could go an extension 165. And ETHU is just sitting here. There's not enough candles to do anything. So FLW1, FlyW. That looks like we're going on lower. First move down, retrace. There's your target. Lower low, right there. Simple as that. Avalanche. It's doing the typical altcoin thing. It's just like the others chart. Missed going lower. That's good. That's good so far, but it did find resistance and can turn down here. So this is cautionary. Could get another turn down. 20 be the support. If it can hold right here, break above this high. Oh, wrong tool. This high. It's indicating where you could go higher. Up that retrace. We can see this move on up in here and possibly get the extension higher, like 200 or 300. Those come from these bigger moves right here. If you can hear that motorcycle with no muffler, I'm sorry. 160, 180, 200 up there. That's ICP USD. Looks pretty bullish. Again, doing these very similar, almost the same pattern. I don't know this going to higher highs. This one does not have that potential with how far down it came from these highs. I don't think it's going higher highs, but it probably is going higher than it was right back here in March. You can come up here from 9 to 30, possibly 35 or 40 pretty easily. It's right up in there. And hood. Can't really chart much because it's just stuck at this target. I had this target. It's been sitting there for a while. We hit it. It was the watermelon seed squeeze thing, and it popped out. That's like what I was talking about when I don't like those consolidations. Popped up, hit it. Now where do we go? Unless we do a retrace, there's not much left on the upside for now. It's just sitting. Just sitting. All right. Yeah. Same bat time, same bat channel. 9:15 tomorrow morning. Make sure you set your reminder. I'll be back talking about what's popping and what's dropping for the day, and we'll do it all over again. Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye for now.